Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our sunrise safari. Isn't this a spectacular way to start any day out in the African bush? It looks like a sunset. It's still so dark, but in fact it's one of the most beautiful orange sunrises I have seen in a while, and we've still got a while to wait before the sun actually comes up. My name is Tess. I'll be taking you out on safari here for the morning. Behind the camera today is Panda. Welcome back to Juma, Panda. We missed you. So we've already had a very, very lucky start with this beautiful skyline, and of course that little sliver of moon poking out to greet Panda as his first morning back in Juma in ages. We've missed you, Panda Bear. Well, the southern ground hornbills have already been calling, and that is Panda's favorite call out here in the bush, so I am not surprised that they have come out to welcome him back. Hopefully we find them. But it's a nice clear morning on the side, around 23 degrees Celsius this morning, so that's 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Nice and cool. Not a cloud in the sky, but I have no doubt they're going to build up. And we've all got some pretty big plans for the day. We are hoping to find leopards and elephants, but those southern ground hornbills and some hyenas would be an absolute bonus. Beautiful boy. Now these two young males are probably coming into their prime. They're still fairly young, and they'll be looking for that territory, but they've got a lot of competition to deal with. They've got to try and compete with all the other males, and this is a pretty dangerous process. Now for them, they are two versus most of the males in the area, which are now left on their own. And so 2 against 1, they might actually have a chance of winning. But with the Mbali pride moving around, I believe there are quite a few young males in that group. That might be a bit of a problem. But these two have actually been hanging out quite a bit further south towards a property called Londolozi. It's the first time they've been back up this way in a while. And so I don't know what they're looking for here. I would guess they're looking for territory, but they could also just be moving a lot to avoid the gaze of the current dominant male lions. With all those overlapping territories, they could just be, oh, yawn. They could just be moving, finding food and water as they go, but not sticking around anywhere for too long until they've decided who they want to take on and why. Wow, look at those canines. That is unreal. Always watching birds. Lots of yawns. So this is a great sign. He might get up and move over to his brother. And this is how they get a little bit of extra oxygen into the blood so that they can get very energetic and start moving. They do it a lot as well before hunting. But for now, I think they're just waking up and starting to groom, both of them, licking the paws. It looks like we've got a mirror image happening here. Yawns and grooming. Hello, boy. Very glad you're waking up. Wow, he's looking magnificent. Big stretch. Look at those claws. Oh yeah, coming on to Juma. Oh, nope, lying down. But at least on Juma.
It's a beautiful specimen, this one. Not the biggest elephant you'll ever see, but looks, I think he's potentially a little bit older than his size would suggest, just looking at those sunken temples. But he is loving life in this lovely lush grass. Of course, we're not seeing them flick their trunks the way that we often do in the winter months, as they're trying to get rid of the excess soil and particles and things on the grass, just to help protect their teeth. Hello boy, you're giving us a sniff. A little bit of must. You can just see the temporal gland secretions there.
Oh wow, look at this, absolutely stunning. Now at least we've got his head up, and as you can see, how's that backlight coming through? And definitely he's got his Sunday hairdo that is definitely sitting perfectly on top of his head. But how stunning is this male? Absolutely beautiful. Hey, and there you can see the young male there, of course his son getting up as well. You can just see a little bit of the mane that's slowly but surely coming through on the neck, on the chest area, and quite a big boy. And I know that this young male is about 2.5 years old now, so he is definitely quite large for his size, for his age. Unbelievable. Look at this. If there is a pretty boy, this is it. I think it is. If I was a lion, I would like to be like him. Definitely. I would love to have his hairdo, and I would love just to have his beauty as well.
See, we've got 1 or 2 hardy dogs just doing their thing, going for a little early morning trot. There's actually quite a few of them. There's 3, 4 of them. Remember, with animals as big as buffaloes, I mean, they're not really moving around all too much now. They'll disturb a lot of little insects, and you know, if we've had a lot of rain and they kind of churn up soils and things like that, maybe it makes it slightly easier for those little hardy dogs to probe and prod into the ground there. See this little buffalo calf on the left hand side here. Looks like it's still in a little bit of a deep sleep there. And this buffalo standing up having a good scratch. Still got a bit of mud on its face from all of the mud wallowing that it did yesterday, obviously. Oof! Getting that spot. Oh yeah, I guess being in the middle of this open clearing like this, there's no little trees or stumps or anything like that for that buffalo to use as a little rubbing post. So it's using its next best thing that it can. Possibly mom.
Well, I'm happy. We started the drive this morning with a bull elephant, and now we've got a little breeding herd of elephants as well on Gary Cutline. They're milling in and out of the trees at the moment, so it may only be intermittent visual, but hopefully you can get some nice views there. I'm actually wondering if this isn't one of the ones that I saw a couple of days ago. I've just saw this big one close to us, this big female here. She's got a very sort of characteristic, distinct rip out of her ear, which reminded me of the one I saw the other day. So I'm trying to see whether it is. If it is the same group, it's actually quite a big group with plenty of little ones as well. But currently we've only got visual of about 4 or 5. There is one off to the left in the drainage line that I can sort of just see its back moving around. So there are more here. Let's see if this one is going to cross the road. It looks just disappeared back down into the drainage line. You can see all of those wrinkles, classically elephant of course, and we think that that is designed in order to help them keep cool, so they do have a tendency to spray water on themselves and spray mud, and then the water finds itself into those cracks and is thus out of direct sunlight, and just helps to keep that huge body a little bit cooler. Well, that works, thank you girl. So yeah, I think this is the same one we saw the other day, looking at that slice out of her ear, yeah, and on the other side, so it is the same group. So there should be some little ones in here somewhere. See that very characteristic square head of the female. Yeah, so do I. I couldn't have put it better myself. Start and end with Ellie's. There's a nice bit of sort of closure about it all, and so always a treat. Spend time with these girls. It is warming up. You can see them beginning to flap their ears, cool the blood on the backside there. just cutting a swathe through, going for this lovely nutritious panicum grass, this white buffalo grass. You can see her taking great big handfuls of it, or fistfuls, or trunkfuls, whatever the right phrase is. Anyway, we're almost out of time, everybody, but thanks very much for joining us on this lovely sunrise safari. No cats here on Juma today. Oh, no, we did. Tessa had lions. I didn't have any cats, but this afternoon we will keep looking. But it was lovely for you to join us. It was great to be out from myself, Tess, and the rest of the team. Have a great rest of the day, and don't forget to join us for Escape to Nature straight after the sunrise safari.